Now to the outside here. And the Miz blocked that attempt to kick to the midsection. And the Miz, this could be very dangerous for Hurricane Helms to battle the Miz on the outside. This is exactly what Shane Douglas did in their tables match. And through the announcer's table, the Miz sends Hurricane Helms possible payback for himself for what Shane Douglas did to him a few weeks ago here on ECW. Back in the ring, the Miz now continue putting the boots to Hurricane Helms. Drop kick connects, and Helms continue to talk trash. Scoop slam, and follow with a circular stretch. And the Miz could be ready for the reality check. And here it comes. And puts down Hurricane Helms. This could be all she wrote. Like Kyoto.
2, 3,
and it's over.
pinfall.
The Miz with a huge return here on ECW. We'll be right back. On the next edition of Friday Night SmackDown, after last week's Triple Threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship, Samoa Joe once again came out on top. But now the question remains, is there anything left for Samoa Joe to do to the main event mafia? You're gonna want to tune in this Friday night. Many questions will be answered on the next edition of Friday Night SmackDown, exclusively on YouTube. Back here on ECW, our feature contest is underway.
On the way to the ring from Japan, weighing 206 pounds, Tajiri.
Well, Tajiri in the last couple of weeks have had his battle with a pair of ECW originals, losing the Lance Storm 2 weeks ago, but rebounded last week with a quick win over the franchise.
Making his way to the ring, weighing 350 pounds, Rikishi.
The #1 contender to the ECW Championship. The man who pinned Raven 1, 2, 3 last week. I'm telling you, he built it at SummerSlam. Raven will have a short title reign. And the man with the bonsai drop and the Rikishi driver will be the new King of Extreme.
Well, it's a big show.
It's a big news. The opponent, weighing 500 pounds, the Big Show.
Well, the Big Show on his way to the ring. And this is definitely an unusual alliance, as he and the ECW champion, Raven, will be teaming up here tonight. But as you know the story, it was this man at the King of the Ring posted him the ECW title, which he now has, but the Big Show is responsible.
Making his way to the ring, Asia.
Raven on his way to the ring. Spoke to him earlier today. He does not like the idea of having a team up with the Big Show. But he's gonna do it. If that means getting his hands on Rikishi, he's looking to send a message to the challenger at SummerSlam. Alright, Big Show and Tajiri start off with their respective teams. Big Show now. Has him up. Puts down the Japanese buzzsaw. Just want to remind you, the go-home edition of ECW next week. Coming to you from the great state of Missouri, Kansas City. The final stop for ECW before SummerSlam. As they battle here on the outside, and here we go. Big Show needs to focus on Tajiri. Huge clothesline. There's Rikishi, right at the eyes. And Rikishi runs back to his side of the ring. Cannot win it out there. What will happen next week in Kansas City? The go-home edition of ECW. A lot of that has to do with the outcome of this tag team matchup. Big Show back to the outside. Gets caught. And Tajiri couldn't follow up. And Raven knocking Tajiri out of the hands of the Big Show. Big Show, reverse body drop by the Japanese buzzsaw. They lock up, and another reverse body drop by Tajiri. I want to thank you for taking your time out to watch this edition of ECW. Of course, you saw Kane taking it to Carl's Law. It was supposed to be a no disqualification matchup. Little quickness. The Miz returned. Got an easy victory. But it looked easy against Hurricane Helms. And here we are with our feature contest. Big Show rolled back into the ring. Perhaps that's a bad idea, giving Tajiri a second win of sorts. Has him up in the air. Puts down the Japanese buzzsaw. Big Show. Perhaps he's toying with Tajiri right now. Especially after what he did to Hurricane Helms last week. Perhaps they feeling out one another. In any case, reverse body drop again. The move so out of nowhere. And a kick to the midsection. Puts him down, Tajiri does. Tajiri turns over the Big Show. One-legged Boston Crab. You know Big Show's not going to step out. There's much more punishment than that. He wants to put down the massive giant known as the Big Show. Big Show now. Atomic drop. And Big Show now. What is he doing here? Climbs back through the top rope. Tajiri gets a 1 count only. And another moonsault by Tajiri. Counter tie up. And an atomic drop by Big Show. And Big Show now looking for his opportunity. I don't think Big Show's looking for his opportunity. I think Big Show is just touring with Tajiri for the time being. Just having his way. And letting Tajiri think he had his way with him in the middle of that ring. Big Show is in the wrong corner, but that doesn't matter to him. 7'4", 105 running back. Moonsault again. Tajiri going for the cover.
Break.
And Raven staying neutral in his corner. That might be costly down the line. Big Show going up top. He's going for a superplex. You gotta be kidding me. And he does connect with a superplex off the top rope. And take a look at the replay. Big Show.
One.
Only a 1 count though. But that superplex might have did some damage. You know it did some damage. Big Show puts him down. Why you didn't go for the cover? Focused on Rikishi, and Tajiri is already back up. And a kick to the midsection, and a series of punches to the back of the head.